We're pleased that you took time out of your Saturday. I know many of you have, or Friday rather, I know many of you have projects come this weekend, and I've seen your emails and announcements go out, and it's wonderful that you're here today. I appreciate everybody who's participating, and particularly Sheila for helping to round everybody up and help them get ready, as well as Lion Brian for literally putting this together and agreeing to monitor this for us. Before I continue on, in fact, let me give it a moment to Brian. Would you like to explain from the technical end what you'd like to see or what people need to know?
Certainly. Greetings, everybody. I am glad to have you all here. We have a great group today. Thank you all for taking the time to register. So we're going to do a little housekeeping. I know that all of you already know where your bathrooms and coffee makers are, so I won't go into that. You're on your own for that one. So as far as the controls today, most of you have been here to other meetings, but I'll run through them very quickly. Button number 1 will hide your control panel if you want to get it out of your way. Button number 2 will mute and unmute you. I suggest that you unmute yourselves now, and then if you're called on, I can unmute you from this side and you'll come right on to speak, or if you raise your hands. Button number 3 will is for basically for sharing, or for you, it's for having a full-size screen. If you want to have the full-size screen, you can push button number 3, but you don't need to. Button number 4 is your hand button. Raising your hand is very important. When Lion Sheila does our roll call, when she calls you, please raise your hand, and she will see your hand come up on her list, or I'll see the hand come up. So Sheila is going to take attendance by your raising your hand. If you have a question during the presentation, please raise your hand and you will be called on as soon as it is appropriate. Button number 5 is handouts, and you can click on any handout that happens to be there and download it. Buttons number 6 and number 7 are where you're going to type in questions. Lion Barb Daly, our council chair, is here with me today. If you type in questions, she will be able to answer them or get them onto whomever is speaking to answer them, or have them referred to for later attention. So again, 4 is raising your hand. 6 and 7 are your questions. 6 is where you're going to see it written. 7 is where you're going to input your question that you want to ask. So these are your controls today. If you have any questions about it, let me know. You can do so by I suggest writing me questions, or Barb. And we're going to have a lot of fun today and a very busy day. And Lion Keith, I'm going to go ahead and give it right back to you right now.
Thank you very much. Again, thank you for all you've done preparing for this.
My pleasure.
I'm not nearly as technologically adept as Brian, so I can't see who's on there, but is past International Director Alan Lundgren with us yet? Okay.
Let me look. I'm sorry. Let me check. I was actually going to give you some powers to see it. Is Alan here? I invited him as a speaker. I don't see him on the list yet.
Okay. Well, I would like to still begin with the with no notice at all. Can I ask immediate past District Governor Chris Gibbs to lead us in that?
In the pledge?
Yes.
All right, everybody, please join me.
Lion DG, Alan's here, but he's down in the audience. I can bring him up to speak to you, but he came in the other way. I just found him in the audience. The Lion Alan is actually now here. Alan, if you can put on your microphone and your camera, you can do the pledge. You're here. I just found you. Lion Alan.
Well, maybe we should let Chris do it anyway if it's not getting to him, if that's okay.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
If Alan wants to jump in at any time and say something, we're going to let a PID do that.
All right, everyone, please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm now going to turn time for business over to our Cabinet Secretary, Sheila. She's got a couple of items, and so Sheila, the time is yours.
Thank you very much. Okay. Actually, for the roll call of our cabinet and clubs, we have an attendance list that we're going to use that will, in lieu of making you all raise your hands or try to talk or anything like that, we have, based on your registration, been able to see that we do have a quorum, and we thank you all for having registered early. It is so great to have such a nice representation of not only clubs from 21 South, but also our friends from the North. So thank you to all of our guests who have joined us. The minutes have been sent out via email and will be attached to the handouts and to the results of the of this cabinet meeting. I will ask that the cabinet raise your hand in approval of those minutes from our kickoff that simply had outlined our agenda, all the activities that we had gone through, and of course our official being sworn in as cabinet members. So all of that has been submitted. Do I have a motion to accept?
This is PDG Chris. I move.
Thank you. And a second?
And Lion Davier seconded. He has his hand up. I think he's trying to second it.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you very much. I will make note of that. And at this point, Brian, if you want to head down the slide, please.
Oh, sorry. I was getting people brought up who were supposed to be on the panel.
Yep, that's okay, because we do need to have Sandy. And the next.
Sandy's up now. He can speak. He's on the panel. He should be able to hear him and see him if he's ready.
I see you.
Thank you
I
very
hear
much.
you. I don't know if you can see me or hear me.
We can hear you.
That's good.
Never looked better.
Oh, there you go.
Next there.
Oh, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Please.
Wow, you guys are moving at light speed today. Let me set my breakfast aside. Hello, everybody. Thank God it's Friday. Let's start with that. It's been a fun week. I've been trusted to be the treasurer for the New Lions District 21 South. This is very exciting. I sent out statements and invoices for all of our dues. We have nearly 50 clubs in this 21 South. We are growing. And we're getting leaner and meaner and nicer and finer. But the important news I can share with you, if you look at the balance sheet, first of all, I don't know who to thank. I can send you out candy bars, I guess. But a couple people noticed that my report I earlier submitted had 21B on it. For all you people, you don't get your candy bar now because thanks to Brian, he stuck in the new title and it does show it's 21 South. So thank you, Brian. You get your chocolate bar.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you just gotta let me know if you want dark chocolate or milk chocolate. Okay. Let's see. This balance sheet shows that we're in fine shape. Look, we have 3 checking accounts. They're all at Wells Fargo Bank, if you didn't know. We paid our dues to the multiple district for all the clubs. So that check's been gone out. We have almost $6,000 in our operating account. We have almost $30,000 in our savings account. So we're in good shape for a district despite the all of the things that have happened this year. What a year it's been. I can tell you that out of the 49 or 50 clubs, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So about 10 clubs have not paid, and they know who they are. They've gotten their invoice, and we've got our team working with them, and it's all good news because it's been a challenging year. On our profit and loss statement, which is now from July to the end of October, we're showing a net income with all bills paid. That's my report. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for holding this meeting on a Friday morning. Anybody have any questions? Hearing none, I submit a report to the council for your approval. Thank you very much.
Is there a second for the approval?
This is Sheila. I'll second.
There's a motion, a second to approve the treasurer's report as presented. All in favor, raise your hands, please. Any opposed? I tried to glance at this, Brian. Does it look like we got, and I actually didn't see any opposed go up, so I'm going to say the motion passes. And thank you all for your participation. But by the way, you're doing a good job as treasurer when nobody asks a single question. Nobody's got the pitchforks out. They're just happy with what you presented. So thank you very much for doing that.
Thank you, Governor.
At this time, we're going to move into our committee reports. This is the exciting part. These are some of the things that if I were just going to give a report, I would do that and try to take credit for the wonderful things that have happened. But I'm going to let people talk about what's been going on out in the district. We say that there are the challenges related to COVID, but I would say that we probably are having more successes than not. And so I don't know if it's even really a challenge. I'd like to begin with our membership chair, Ed Lopez. I'll turn the time over to you, please.
Oh. Keith.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. We're going to start off with Lori, please.
Okay. And let me apologize to everybody. This is my fault. I made some agenda changes, and poor Sheila has had to try to deal with those and put them in a different, in order. And so we're going to go to our global leadership team, our leadership chair, Lori Gentz, and this will not be the last of my mistakes. Thank you, Lion Lori.
Next slide, please. Good morning, fellow Lions. This has been a very difficult year for our Lions to stay connected and get involved. We've had to change the way that we've conducted our Lions business. And in some cases, it's been very difficult. Others, we've been able to pick new ideas and new techniques up very easily. Your global leadership team is here to help you however we can. If you have questions or if you need assistance, you just need to contact us. Next slide, please. Our multiple district and both of our districts, global leadership team coordinators, we have pooled our energies and talents in order to provide you the best leadership assistance that we possibly can. These are the point of contacts for the multiple district and our district and the 21 North. We're working together to be the best that we possibly can. Next. We've been doing a lot of things so far this year, and there's still a lot of things that are in the works. We've held our first region and zone chairperson zone meeting, and it was held on August 8th. We are now developing the agenda and finalizing the date for our next online region and zone chairperson meeting. It's tentatively scheduled for sometime in December, and as soon as all of the speakers have finalized the date with us, then we'll go ahead and we'll be sending out emails and contacting our clubs to let them know when it's going to happen. We've also developed a new member orientation. It's an online format at the moment. Eventually, if we're able to start meeting in person in larger groups, we'll be able to take that format to an in-person one. The current one is club specific, and as soon as a club requests an orientation, we will ask that club for the history of the club and some of the pertinent things that they're doing, and we will tailor the new member orientation to that club. What we have had a lot of requests for is a generic version, because not all of the clubs want a full-blown membership, a new member orientation that includes all of their members. They may only have 1 or 2 new members. So what we've done is we're taking the current new member orientation and we're going to tailor it to where it's totally generic. And then we will be able to go ahead and have that as an online new member orientation. We are hoping to put it on a quarterly basis, and it will be available for both of our districts to have their members come in and listen to the new member orientation. Next. We've developed MyLion guidance documents. And for those of you who may not be familiar with MyLion, this is the software that's used to report our Lions Club service activities. The guidance documents are modular and task specific. That way, our club secretaries and leadership don't have to sift through a huge document in order to find the information and instructions on performing a specific task. We have sent the first 4 of them to the clubs. We're asking our clubs, if you have not received them, to please check your emails, and if they're not there, let us know and we'll send them to you again. We still have 5 more that are in the development stage, and they will cover more of the advanced topics that you might want to perform. We also have assisted with the Who You Gonna Call document, and at the moment it's been published, but we are in the revision stage because there's been a lot of changes that have happened since it was originally published. We're asking that if you have changes, to make sure that you post them in MyLCI, but for the Who You Gonna Call document, in addition to posting them in MyLCI, please let either myself or Cabinet Secretary Sheila know what they are so that we can make sure that they are reflected in the revised document. Next. Sociologist and author James W. Loewen said, "I'm looking forward to the future, which is a good thing because it's coming." Well, because we know that things are coming in the future and they're very nebulous at the moment, we wanted to give you something to look forward to. So here's a sneak peek into some of the events, training, and things that are going to be happening in our Lions future. Next. The events to look forward to. There's 3 things that are happening this week, this next week. The first one, next, is our 21 South nominating speeches, and that's going to be happening on November 11th. If you haven't received the email about the nominating speeches and the registration, please let Cabinet Secretary Sheila know so that it can be resent to you and you can get registered for it. Next. We also are going to be voting for our incoming district governor and vice district governors, and also our 21 South projects, the Arizona Lions eyeglass recycling terminal, or as we normally call it, ALERT, and also our C. Kirby Smith International Youth Exchange. Next. On November 14th, we will be having our mid-year leadership conference, and there's a jam-packed schedule. So hopefully you will tune into it and learn a lot of things about Lionism. Next. In the spring, we're going to be having our third cabinet meeting, and you will be getting emails with the links to the cabinet meeting in the future. Next. And also in the spring, we're going to be conducting the voting for our state project board members. Next. And I really wanted to put a spotlight on our mid-year leadership conference. Our lineup includes not only speakers from Arizona, but this year, because it's online and we're all becoming much more proficient in using GoToMeeting and GoToWebinar, we have speakers from Delaware, Nevada, New York, Texas, and Wisconsin. You can check the November Canyon State Lion for the times for each one of these presentations, and make sure that you check your email and register for the conference if you're at all able to. Next, some of the training to look forward to. Next is we're going to be conducting an Understanding Your Club Health Assessment Report. This is a very important document that allows you to see many different aspects of what the clubs have been doing, and it also identifies areas that they need help with. Next. We're also going to be conducting my LCI training. This is still in the development stage, and it will also include handouts that will go along with the training so that you can use them as reference documents. Next. In the spring, there's going to be formal region and zone chairperson training, and that's in the development stage right now. Next. In the spring, again, we're also going to be offering incoming officer training. Once it is developed, all the information will be sent out to the incoming officers of our clubs, and our district leadership and multiple district leadership will also be invited to attend if they choose to. Next. And this is kind of a teaser. It's not going to happen this year, but it's tentatively scheduled for next fiscal year if it's approved by the multiple district council. It is on this, it's going to be on this council meeting agenda, and if it's approved, we will go ahead and begin all the formal preparations to put on the LE. Next. Some of the things to look forward to. Next. Is short leadership roundtables and discussions. We've had requests from our Lions that instead of having formal training on every topic imaginable, if we could just have a roundtable to where they can log in and they can ask their questions, and if our leadership doesn't know the answer right off the top of their head, we can get the names and the numbers of the clubs that need those answers, and we can get them out to our clubs. Next. We also are developing MyLCI task-specific guidance documents, and we are also developing the remaining MyLion guidance documents. Next. We are going to be preparing region and zone chairperson training handouts. And although LCI has a formal chairperson guidance document, this is going to be more district specific and multiple district specific. That way it will give our region and zone chairpersons the dates that things are supposed to happen here, and kind of an idea of what to be looking for and when to be looking for it. Next. We also are going to be developing club officer specific training handouts. This will be in addition to the incoming officer training that's going to happen. And as soon as these training handouts are prepared, they will be disseminated to the current officers, and they will also be part of the incoming officer training. Next. One thing though is that we need your help to, next, identify topics and trainings that you'd like to have presented. We can think of a whole lot of training and presentations that we think you might like, but it might not be what you really want or what you really need. So you need to let us know. Next. We also need you to identify potential lions that you have in your club that might be qualified and interested in becoming guiding lions for our new clubs and also for struggling clubs or those that just need assistance in certain areas. Next. We also need you as lions to let us know if you are interested in holding a zone, a region, a district, or a multiple district level office or position. And this can be a chairperson or even as an official officer. And we also ask clubs, if you have lions that you think might be ideal candidates for this, let us know their names. Even if they don't come forward, it would give us an opportunity to contact them and ask them if they might be interested in a future position. Next. And we also need our club secretaries and club administrators. We're also asking the presidents to make sure that the member records of their clubs are updated and kept current. We're going to be doing a download of all of the member records again in the near future. And I'm not sure, it probably won't be available until sometime after January. It might not be until February. But we need to make sure that everything is current so that our Lions directory is up to date and there's not a lot of Lions that are unhappy because their information is incorrect. Next. Former U.S. Senator and Basketball Hall of Fame player Bill Bradley said, "Leadership is unlocking people's potential to become better." Well, we want to make sure as your global leadership team that we give you all the tools necessary to make sure that you as a Lion and you as a club, district, or multiple district leader become better and become as best as you can be. Thank you very much for allowing me to present the GLT portion of this cabinet meeting.
Thank you, Lion Lori. Thank you for all that you do. I hope that all of you appreciate what she's done individually and as a part of the multiple district team. Over and over again, you heard her talk about the customization that she's done so that individual clubs or district needs can be met. It's not a one size fits all, which frankly would be the easy thing to do, but she wants it to be at the level and the need of what you have. Something else that has happened, and she may talk about it in another meeting with it, but there are leadership development grants from Lions Club International that provide funding to help do trainings. And that's something that the district governor requests, and it's competitive. I want to tell you what my involvement in that was, and that was signing a piece of paper, because Lori went out and identified it, found it, wrote a proposal, put all the points in there, and sent it off, or sent it to me. I literally signed it and sent it on, and that was it. And we just got notification that it was approved. So the extra things that you do, Lori, that aren't required, that don't have to be done, I appreciate more than you know, and I think the entire district does. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you can go to the next slide. This is what I thought was coming up next, but I messed it up once before. So our membership and as district governors, every part of our mission is important, but membership, keeping people who once had a passion and bringing them back in, serving towns that don't have a Lions Club or maybe have lost a Lions Club or has a struggling one. That's speaks to me. That's what I like to see. And so I'm very grateful that Lion Ed has stepped up and agreed to be the membership chair. He's got a committee of a couple of people helping him. With that, I will turn this over to you, Lion Ed.
All right, thank you. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, we can hear you.
Yes,
Okay,
we
all right,
can.
just want to make sure. Anyway, I want you to look at the mask. I got the mask and I wear it at work, and it's a great conversational piece. People are asking, what is it? Who's the Lions? And I'm able to get a couple of people interested in joining. Anyway, just wanted you to know our global membership team, members, new members that we have, retention of existing clubs, and new Lions clubs. Next, can you go to the next screen? New member recruitment. What we need to do is we need to share our stories. We need to engage through service, explain to new members or to potential members what our causes are, what LCIF global causes are. I think that's a great thing. There's a lot of people that are different and that are interested in certain things. Hold a membership drive, get other members to assist in recruiting, let people know what your club does. And we are here to assist in ideas and to let you know where you can get more information on recruiting new members. Anyway, I put my phone number and my email, so I didn't have it before. So if you guys, please utilize me. I'm talking to the presidents and the zone leaders. You know, call me. I'll drive down. I'll make some time to go visit. Next. One of the things is on membership drives is also keeping our existing members in the know. Got to send information out to your clubs, have Zoom meetings, send out emails, create a telephone tree, let you know that the Pasadena District Governors Association has approved PDGs to go to clubs, which have requested district assistance to straighten and build their clubs. PDGA President Larry Palmer has already begun getting Eloy started and on it. At this time right now, just to let you know, clubs that we need to work with is Benson, Casa Grande, Goodyear, Eloy, Glendale, Tempe, and Yuma. Just to let you know that past District Governor Fred Garmison has initiated efforts to restart Casa Grande, and Vice District Governor Richard Hopkins, he'll talk about this later, but he's making efforts to rebuild the Goodyear Club. And just to let you know, Lion Richard Stevenson I just want to say thank you, Lion Richard. You're doing a great job in your zone. He's also working with the Yuma group, Glendale, and just appreciate all the work that everyone out there is doing to make sure that the existing clubs are going strong. And I've reached out to IPDG Marie Cunning, who is our MD21 GMT, and she's helping me a lot. She's giving me ideas. They're also talking about 21 North is also talking about sending out and assisting us in a membership post for 21 South. So we're looking at doing something like that too right now. Again, if there's any questions you have or any places you want me to go, please call me, let me know, and I'll be there. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Lion Ed,
Yes, ma'am.
we have a question from the audience. Someone wants to know, in this virtual environment, how would you suggest holding a membership drive?
To hold a membership drive?
In the
You can do a
virtual environment.
in this pandemic situation,
Yes.
just what I would do is I would go ahead and you have your existing members already, and depending on what the situation, I'll give you a situation. We have a member, Lion Keith, our district governor. He's at Eastern Arizona College. He's over there. People are talking. What he's doing with us is he's planting the seed with the other people, and as we're doing it, they're doing some Zoom meetings to be on the safe side. They're what do you call it, like social media can be an assistance to getting it, Facebook, Twitter, just whatever situation that happens. If there's something that they're asking, I'll be happy to go down there or even help out with it. Just let me know.
Lion Ed,
Yes, ma'am.
let's go ahead. Edward Gold is the Lion asking this. Brian, can you unmute Edward? And he can ask, he can talk.
Edward, you're unmuted.
Hi. Okay. Well, I have ignored the dog that you hear in the background. You know, it's kind of difficult to figure out how to get a list of people to reach out to do an online event, for example. Certainly, you know, Lions Club is by invitation only, or it always used to be. And I guess how do you find a pool of potential Lions when you can't hold an open house, when you're not holding, you know, in-person events? How do you get that pool of people that you can then say, oh, well, now join our Zoom meeting and see what we do, see what Lions do? So that initial contact, how do you do that?
Well, Lion Go, where are you located at right now?
Sorry, I couldn't hear the question.
Where are you located? What area?
I'm with the La Canoa Green Valley Lions down in Sahuarita, Green Valley.
Lion Ed?
Yes, ma'am.
Or Lion Edward Gold, sorry, from Green Valley. I would think you should contact our communications chairperson and marketing, Lion Richard Stevenson. He has a lot of background in this and does a lot of cyber club type things. Maybe he can help you pull together a membership online to invite people to it. So contact Richard Stevenson.
Okay, is there a district directory available? I moved out here from New Jersey, and I used to be in 16E, and we always had a directory of all of the cabinet and other officers.
We'll send that to you, Lion.
We have that here.
Yes, we have an online directory, and Lion Lori, if you would go ahead and contact Lion Ed Gold and send him how to get to the directory, and that way you can download it yourself, okay?
We'll make sure that happens.
Thank you.
Lion, DG Keith, Lion PCC Larry Palmer has a question. Larry, you're unmuted. Larry Palmer?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to try and answer this question as concisely as I can from a member from a Lion of the multiple district who's sponsored 60 members. That question of where's the list? There is no list. The list is in your ability to ask persons that you personally come in contact with on a daily basis. Your friends, your neighbors, your whatever, they're out there. And to have a list, there's just no kind of list like that. and every member of every club has to understand that they're part of the membership team of that club. So if everybody would just sponsor one new member each year, you would constantly be doubling the size of your club. So the answer is everybody is on the membership team, and everybody has friends and neighbors that they can ask to join your club and come and help service the community. It's not joining a club, it's coming to help serve. And that's end of my comments.
Thank you, Lion Larry.
Well,
Lion
before you
Al
go on,
Hunter.
add it- oh, okay.
Go
I
ahead,
take
DG.
a turn?
Go ahead. But then Lion Al has a question after you're ready. Go ahead, DG Keith. I'm sorry.
I just going to say something that's happened in this district right now that some of our members have done very successfully, including PCC Larry, who just spoke, is in a lot of these clubs, they're going back and looking at literally the list of former members, people who once were Lions, once had that passion and have left, and they're contacting them and telling them what the current status of the club is. So they may have left because the club wasn't doing any activities or the dues were too high or what have you. And they've told them what they're doing now. Things have changed and they've come back and we've seen that successfully over and over again. Well, that's something you can do without having to go out and you literally do have a list of that. So thank you for letting me interrupt, Al.
Actually, you're the boss, so you go first, Keith. Lion Al, you have a question.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, they help answer that question too. In a pandemic and stuff, the local communities are still active right now in a lot of activities, and they're doing it in a safe way. And what I would recommend the clubs to do is, if you're looking for membership, find out what those activities are, and then become a part of that. And then this way here, you can bring up, you're going to be volunteering, but you're also going to be able to bring up what Lions do and stuff, and at least get your name out there. And you can probably do it in a very safe way.
Thanks, Lion Al.
PGD Chris would like to make a comment as well.
Well, I'm going to address a little bit more on how to answer this question of finding membership in the service report.
Thank you. Ed, I think it's back to you.
All right. I was looking at your things. I'm sorry I didn't get any of your calls like about my video was on or out. I apologize. I'm not used to this, so excuse me. Anyway, that's all I have. I just, membership's very important to this organization, and I just want to thank everybody that's on the panelists and all the members that, you guys are Lions and you have made me want to serve and you've given me the passion, and I thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for what you're doing, Ed, and your co-chair Fernando and everybody out there. We're up right now double digits in our district, which is particularly impressive since there is this pandemic we're dealing with. Also with the redistricting, there were several clubs that purged membership after July 1st. So we started with a huge deficit about 2 weeks in, and because of all of your combined efforts, we're higher than we were before. So thank you.
Lion Keith, apparently Richard Stevenson also had something to add. I just got a note.
Sure, please do.
Lion Richard?
Can you hear me? Yes, okay. Lion Ed Gold, I will contact you. I'm the marketing and communications chair. I think there's some things we can do. And you guys have some hidden Facebook assets out there that you haven't used in about 3 years. Maybe we can resurrect them. I'll give you a call. Thank you.
Thank you for that as well. Next, we're going into why Lions Club exists, which is service. And I've said this before, but it is true. Immediate past District Governor Chris Gibbs is the most passionate person about service I've ever seen. I'm not exaggerating when you go back and look at my Lion, that he's participated in over 100 projects in the past 12 months. So you think about that, that must be all he does. It probably keeps his wife happy because he's gone a lot, so there are other benefits as well. So what I'm going to do now, see if I can coax a little bit of information, get Chris to speak to us. So Lion Chris, the floor is yours, sir.
Well, I'm a man of few words. So, no, I want to address the question posed for membership also. And thank you, DG Keith, for it is what we do. Service is why we exist. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's why people come to us to belong, because they also want to help and serve other people. It is difficult in the pandemic. You have to have service that is meaningful and visible, and yet does not bring you in face-to-face or close contact with people. It is a difficult thing, especially with small clubs, to come up with things that you can do. Lion Richard just commented that if we can hope or help other groups too, if we can become involved in community activities to a point where people depend on you as Lions to be there. It's just that, you know, if you're doing something and people see you doing it, they want to know why. They want to know who. They want to know what you're doing. And so the easiest way in my mind to find members is to be completely visible to them. We out here in Safford, we have an advantage. We're a large club, but we do things like food distribution. We don't have to come within 6 feet of people to do this, except, you know, to welcome them and put the box inside their car. It just takes people to put the boxes together and so on. But people see a sea of a group of gold-clad people, and they want to know, well, who is that? And what are they doing? Activities that are unique, that are again, highly visible and serve a need, by golly, get out there and do it. Again, I'll use Safford as an example because I'm very busy in that. But tomorrow morning, we're putting out 300 flags on City Hall lawn in a field of honor, honoring veterans from our valley, from our community. We did it last year. It was so well taken that it has increased 50 more flags this year already. Lion Ed Lopez is the chairperson of that. But when we're meeting with our public, all they will see is a whole bunch of people in gold shirts helping honor veterans. We have huge amount of volunteer support from other people. And that's where we get our members from, the people that help, the people that come and say, I want to be part of this. We usually have probably a third of our people at events are not members of Lions Club. As long as they're volunteering at your event, it's all perfectly fine. One of the biggest things that we're having trouble with service is just coming up with ideas. I'm going to throw it out there. Would be clubs be interested in a service ideas roundtable? Now, when I was governor, we tried to do that. In this pandemic era, it may be easier to do that because you don't have to travel to a roundtable. I think that we should try to have some kind of meeting online where club presidents, secretaries, service coordinators, directors of your club get together and share ideas and think of things that will be good for each level of club, no matter what the size. I'd like to do that. So if people would be interested, I want them to contact me with that, and we'll get it scheduled. I want to thank GOT Lion Lori for the reporting training she described. Now I know a lot of people have been having trouble with reporting their service on MyLion. They've had so many problems since they put the changes into MyLion that it's still in the works. And this year has been worse because they had trouble with the browser capabilities. We're doing okay in our district, you know, from that standpoint. I'd like to see some more clubs involved. Right now, only 23 clubs have reported service this year, since July 1st. Now 23, that's a pretty good number. It's almost half of our clubs that have reported service, and that's 421 activities. Now, the discussion of whether all those activities are actually service. We do put fundraising in there, but I also have to caution secretaries, service coordinators, and sometimes presidents of putting activities into the report, into MyLion, that are not actually service to others. Our Lions meeting is not a service to others unless it's devoted to planning a service project. So just be aware and look at what you're reporting and think about that. I think it's great that that you're at least out there trying to report. So for those that have not reported, if you're not doing something, please, let's get together and talk about what you can do. If you are doing service, let's talk about how we can get them reported. And again, thanks to Lion Lori for setting up modules for training on how to do that. Hopefully, as Lions Clubs International's IT people work through it, we'll get more concise software support. Some of the things that I'd like to mention, we're coming up again on our multiple district day of service. And I don't know if anybody else was going to report that, but that is coming up in January, January 9th. But if you can't do an activity on January 9th, just do it sometime real close to that. What we've suggested last year was a great idea, that your club do a highly visible center of attention project so that the community sees you doing it. And you alert the media, you send out your Facebook, you do whatever, but let's let people know what we're doing in your community. And no matter how big or how small, I always say, if you're invisible, people assume you're not doing it. There's a thank you for that, Brian. The World Diabetes Awareness Day is actually coming up in a week. There are ideas on how to do stuff for that. Diabetes is one of those project areas we haven't been as active in as we needed to. And again, the Lions Service Rally, January 9th. Try to come up with some events and be, you know, like I say, so people can see what you're doing. I think it's the way we get new members, guys. Right now, and Governor Keith can tell me, I think that right at this instant, our club is signing up, and our board will be voting on the 100th member here in about a week and a half. So we've hovered in the 90 range for a couple of years, but we're at 100. And after tomorrow's events here in Safford, we may have more. So that's how you do it. we wear gold shirts. We let people see who we are. They know who we are, and do things that are pandemic friendly. How's that? You can still be visible and still be pandemic friendly. So, do I have a contact sheet on there, Brian? Another one? There you go. Just give me a call. As Keith said, it seems like some days or some weeks it's the only thing I do is Lions service, and that's okay. I'm really big on what we do, and so just send me an email, give me a call, and if people are interested in kind of putting together a service ideas roundtable, I'm certainly up for that. Do we have any questions immediately?
I am seeing that no hands are raised.
Richard Stevenson has a question and a comment.
I think that was from the last time.
Okay.
I think we're good.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you.
That's it.
We appreciate it. Thanks for all you do sincerely across the district, Lion Chris. Let's see. Next slide, please. Okay. And our Leo program is still an important part of what we do, so going strong. And who better to have involved in that than somebody who is at the ASU Campus Club? Sometimes those of us who are much advanced in experience are far removed from Leo's age, and so we're honored to have Cause continuing to help us. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, DG Keith. Can you go to the next slides, please? So not officially assigned to the 21 South Leo program tier yet, so I don't have much access to my LCI, but as a former MD21 Leo program chair, and then a lot of experience work with the Leos. So I was thinking to the following plans for this 21S South to how to keep or advance to our Leo program. So first one is we're trying to work with the MD21 Leo program committee. Actually, here's the chairperson, Al Hunter, here today's meeting as well. And
what are we getting?
Whose sounds came in?
I'm working on it.
Okay. So first thing is we're work with try to make the new Alpha and Omega Leo clubs, which is a statewide. Why? Because some of the clubs already sponsor some Leo clubs. For the Alpha, which is the age 12 to 18, and Omega is 18 to 30, or recently extended to 35. So anyway, we can have some keeping the youth, but the problem is if these youth going to the college or start working with the different towns, they still have the passion to keep serving, but if that town or that city or particular area doesn't have the Leo club to keep work with, there's no place to keep holding in our family. So that's why we're planning to have a statewide Alpha and Omega club, so that any Lions club in the area have the youth, and then there is no chance to create their own Leo club. We can create the branch club at each club, so that we can keep lots of youth in each area to serve with us. A second plan is so when I moved to Arizona a few times in the district convention, we saw some Leo clubs in a small meeting at the mid-year and kickoff meetings, but we haven't seen much in these days. So we try to have the Leo club convention for Leos. That is a great idea to share the idea with the different Leo clubs Leos, because usually they only work with their same clubs members, and that helps to have the strong bond with the each Leo clubs and then share the different service project ideas. So we try to have some Leo club convention at least once in a year. The good thing is this pandemic is changing our trend. We used to have the physical meeting only, but now the technology capability can bring virtual and the physical at the same time in the future, so that the distanced areas Leo club member can join through the virtual, so they can save some time and the money for the travel around the state to join the convention. Third one is form the 21 South District Leo Committee, which is the member of the Leos and then Leo Club advisors. So we have at this moment 13 Leo clubs in this district. So we have enough number to form this district Leo committee, which helps to promoting the Leo programs in this district. So I'm starting to looking for the passionate Leos and the Leo club advisors in this district to form this committee as soon as we can, and then start work with together. And next one is encourage former Leos or soon to be graduate Leos to be Leo Lions. I'm not sure I have the pins yet. Oh yeah, here we go. So recently Leo programs or Lions Club had the new member status, which is the Leo Lions, which is the former Leos joined to the Lions Club. So a lot of Leo clubs in our district, they're future Lions, but they're now also belong to our Lions family. So we don't want to lose them. So we want to encourage recently graduate former Leos or soon to be graduate the Leos to how to keep them. One of the way is form the Omega Club, or they we nicely to introduce them to the Leo Lions, which have membership dues until 30 or 35 years old. So a lot of benefit they can have. So we try to promote to transfer from the Leos to Leo Lions. Next one is the plan to have the statewide Leo and the Lion joint project, which will be pretty related to the IPDG Chris mentioned in Arizona Lions Service Day, or LALI. So we try to do something, work together so that the Lions and the Leos are not independent, different. Not we work together as the part of the family. We try to do that. One of the plans right now is proposing actually post on the Facebook pages, which is our club is doing on thank you letters for the first responders and the school teachers. So if your club or if your Leo clubs are interested in, please feel free to join our projects, which is purchase the blank thank you letters and then handwriting how we appreciate these frontline workers in this tough time. And then we just donated that handwriting letter to the first responders and or medical facilities or schools. So this would be the great statewide project. And last one is we plan to join the Leo project for International Leo Day, which is the December 5th. So if there's a Leo advisor joining today, please think about your club, what we can do on December 5th as the International Leo Day, and then we can celebrate the Leo program and then show the communities how the Leos can, serving for the communities. Next slide, please. So Leo is now. Some people or some international catchphrases usually say Leo is the future, but actually they're already belong to the Leo Lions family. So they're now existing, not the all future. And it's happening. So make the clear path from the Leos to the young Lions. That would be another way to helping or holding the membership issues as well, and how to keep the younger people to our Lions community. That's all for the Leo program part. Thank you for your listening. If you have questions, feel free to ask me or type in your question in the chat box. Thank you.
Lion Al Hunter has his hand up. Al, you're unmuted. Go ahead and speak, please.
First of all, I want to thank Cass. Cass, you've been working really hard, and you and I have been kind of communicating quite a bit. And what you've shown here is only a part of some of the ideas that you've got, which we're going to support. District Governor Keith Cass has been gracious enough to become the 21 South District Leo's guy. So could you guys do me a favor and see that he gets access to My Lion or My LCI so that he can pull up all the information of Leo's in the district. I just want to make sure people understand that Cass I got a lot of confidence in Cass, and we're going to be working together because we got some great ideas, and we'll start presenting those as time goes by.
Very good. Well, thank you both very much. I don't see any other questions, but am I missing any before we move on?
No, sir, you are not. We're ready to go.
All right, once again, thank you for what you've done there. I think it's really cool. Looking forward to the district virtual convention for Leo's for our district to get together. That's wonderful, and thank you for doing that. Moving along, we've got a twofer here. Lion Richard Stevenson, who is involved in virtually everything, makes my job easier, makes me look good. Appreciate that all the way around. I'm going to give you some time to talk about your position in marketing. One of those marketing projects, which is separate other places, but really you've blended together as a part of that, is the peace poster. So Lion Richard, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, DG Keith. First of all, I have to thank Lion Sheila for all the work she did on the posters. And I have to apologize because I did not communicate to her the need for a poster with my information on how to find me. So I'm going to do that in an email to the club presidents with your permission and give them the information on who I am and what I can do to help people. And also about the 21 South Facebook group that we have, in which, among other things, we communicate new project ideas and can chat about all kinds of things. And it's kind of an ongoing roundtable if we choose to use it in that way. So marketing and communications is, first of all, social media. If I can help you with social media, with Facebook and so forth, I'm here to do that. And also with the eClubhouse for a website, I can do that as well. So I'll blend right into Peace Poster. I have my Peace Poster button here. COVID was not our friend in terms of doing Peace Poster this year because many schools were not open. They were working from home and so forth. But we've been able to get together. If you could go to the next slide, please. And I just skipped over that. It's Peace Through Service is the project name this year. And boy, do we need to think about peace this year with all the things that are going on in our world. So this is such a great project because it allows us to work with kids. And we've been able to find about 30 schools who are going to participate this year. And that each school will have their own contest where they'll pick a winner. And then that will be submitted to the club that's sponsoring it. And the club will then choose winners amongst the schools that they might have. For example, Levine has 5 schools and we have 6 schools in our club. And so we'll then pick a winner for our club. And then we'll submit it to the district. And the district will choose a winner amongst all the clubs. And we'll be doing that at Los Ranchitos School in Tucson, where we will put all the posters on display. We hope to attract the attention of the newspaper and maybe the television and maybe get some good publicity out of that. I have a co-chair and her name is Tiffany Emberson, and she is a school principal. And when we think about ways to communicate and meet new people who we might be able to serve, schools are the best place in the world. We just recruited Lion Tiffany 2 months ago. She's brought in 9 new Lions, and they all work within the Sunnyside School District. And so 5 of their schools are participating in this project, including the art teacher and principals from 2 other schools that are participating. So this is a great way to get your foot in the door with teachers. And she's the co-chair, but she has to work, unfortunately. She doesn't have time off during the day like I do. The judges, we have 3 great judges that are going to judge for the district. The first one is our wonderful secretary, Lion Sheila, and then we have Patricia Hurley and Diana Madadas, who are both local artists who will be choosing amongst the various clubs entries. Next slide, please. So we've got over 25, almost 30 schools who are participating. There's the address. I've put it up on these in the Facebook group for 21 South. And if anyone will send me an email, I'll be happy to communicate with them directly. Please don't send it to Keith's house, the District Governor Keith's house. We need to get it in Tucson, and then we'll be judging it here on behalf of the district. And then once we choose our winner, MD21 will select the winner for Arizona Lions and send it on to LCI, where we'll compete with entries from around the world. And then the winner will be present at United Nations Day. And there are, next slide, please. Oh, I guess I jumped over it. There will be 23 different prizes, and the winner will be celebrated at United Nations Day. And this is tied in with our connections with United Nations. I don't know if you were able to see the video that we've posted recently about the history of lions and the development of the United Nations in 1945, and the Peace Poster Contest grew out of that in the mid-'80s. So thank you so much. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, I will see you on the internet. I'll be sending an email to the various club presidents with some of the information I've just covered. Thank you.
Am I missing any questions?
No, sir, there are no questions. And Lion Richard, I believe that some of those videos are on the Melvin Jones Memorial site in their video library. A lot of the Lions history videos you spoke of. So if folks go to mjlim.org, they can look for the videos and learn about the history of lions.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for the reports today. Moving on, we've got a little preview there. Our next up is our, again, somebody that wears many hats. The two we're going to ask her to talk about today from past District Governor Bobby Ravenkamp, our positions as the District LCIF Chair, and also the District Administrator, if she needs to add anything there. I greatly appreciate both of those on a personal level, especially the Administrator. Much like Sheila, she usually does things before you know what needs to be done, but many times she'll get a text from me last minute, and it's asking some small thing like, will you contact somebody you barely know and walk them through an entire process of something that needs to be done, and can you get it done in the next 30 minutes? And the next thing I know, it's done. So I appreciate that. So past District Governor Bobby, the floor is yours.
Thank you. First of all, I want to call attention to, back up one, please, Brian. Over on the left side, there's a little logo, it says service-oriented, outstanding, uplifting, and upbeat, talented, and helpful. South. And I think that's what we are. And one of the ways we're able to do that is, of course, as Chris said, through our service, but it's through our people. Brian, next, please. LCIF. Yes, Lions Club International Foundation, our foundation. One of the things that is going on in the last few years is something called Campaign 100. For our district, donations since July of 20, it's actually 20 as of this month, but we've had from 9 clubs participating of our 49. 9 out of 49 clubs participating in donations to LCIF. But we've had 41 Lions participating. 41 out of 1,200. So this fiscal year, we've already raised $17,000, but the big money is at the bottom, and that's what's been raised since July of 2017. That's a considerable chunk of change. Next, please. So what does Campaign 100 mean? Well, it's all about raising money to empower Lions through service. And there's all kinds of grants. Unlike LCI, LCIF adds 3 more additional areas of focus, primarily with youth, humanitarian, and disaster relief. Some of us attended training this morning where we were pointed out how clubs can earn credits for getting grants. And if you need to know, you'll be hearing some more about that later on in the year. Next, please. So what am I asking? I'm asking you to donate. Every little bit helps, really, really does. And it's so easy to do it. And you can even do it by text now. One of the things that's happening on the 1st of December, it's called Giving Tuesday. And that's where everybody can make donations to various organizations. Well, I'm asking you to donate to our foundation. If you haven't already done so, you know, a one-time donation, or imagine if we just had every Lion in 21 South donate just $5 a month, okay? $5. That's what, a latte? If we had every one of us donate, we'd raise over $72,000. And that would be money that we could use to help people all over the world and people in Arizona. We've received grants. I've sent out several communications about the number of grants this state has received, but we can do more. And I know that everybody is tired of getting requests from every agency that is looking for money in every political campaign. Thank you, it's over. But it's time that we talk about our foundation, and not as well as our club foundations, but let's look at our foundation first. And that's what I have to say. If you have any questions, call me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for what you're doing and promoting this. Our wonderful foundation that helps everybody around the world as well as locally here. I don't see any questions going up. We have the next slide. Okay. Our nominations and elections now, is Lion Priscilla here? Or is that going to be you, Sheila?
It's going to be me. So
Wonderful, thank you.
I'm going to pretend to be Priscilla. How's that? Next slide, please. So we have been obviously busy with preparing for our first online voting. Thank you to all of the clubs that got in their delegate and alternate forms. We did end up with a count of 32 clubs that did submit. A few under the wire, but we got them in. So you will be receiving an email with voting instructions, a voting ID and key, and Brian is going to give you a little bit of information around that. We will be having a nominations endorsement session that will be on November 11th. Online voting will be taking place on November 12th through the 13th. So it'll start at 11 a.m. It's going to go through 9 p.m. If you have any issues during that time, please reach out to myself or Lion Brian as quickly as possible so that we can help you with whatever challenges you might be able to, you might be experiencing. We will be having the results announced at the mid-year on November 14th. So Brian, did you have anything that you wanted to share additionally?
Yeah, I'm coming on right now. Here I am. So yes, I will be sending out, once I'm getting, I send in the final list. I have pulled the delegation forms from the website. Once Sheila and Eddie from North and South have given me confirmation of my list, I will be inviting all of the voting delegates to informational meetings, very short ones, and I'll show you exactly how you will do the voting. I'm talking about maybe 30 minutes top. There'll be a north and a south session. And like I say, that'll be very short, and I'll run you through it so you can see it. And then on the 12th, you are going to receive an email when the booths open, telling you it's time to vote, and here's where you go, and here's what you do. So you'll be fully informed, and I expect a very smooth process. And any questions you have, you can always reach out to me or Lion Sheila, and we'll take good care of you.
Very good. Would you like to go to the next slide, please?
Oh, I'd love to.
Thank you.
Is that the one?
This is the one. So Keith, I will turn this back over to you. We're going to have very brief region reports. And thank you for your time. And again, contact Brian and I if you need anything around voting.
Thank you both very much. Yes, we're some of these went a little bit longer than anticipated. I think it was worth doing. We are going to go through our 4 region reports. We'll ask our region chairs to report. If you could just hit the highlights and maybe keep it to a few moments, I would appreciate it. I appreciate what they're doing, by the way. The way I tend to organize things both here and in other aspects is to find people that are extremely good at what they do. And then let them do it and stay out of their way. And so, as you'll see, I really have the best people that we can here. Do we have a slide for each one of them, or am I just introducing them from here? Oh, I guess that answers my question. Sure, Past District Governor Normand, I will turn the time over to you, sir.
I am not seeing him on either one of my lists. I don't know that he or Carol are here. I've been trying to find him.
Okay.
Have you seen him, Sheila?
I do not.
Okay.
I don't think he's with us.
We will have the region reports attached online, so you'll be able to review them at that time. So let's just move ahead to the next region, please.
Okay, our metro region, which is the Mesa Tempe Chandler area, past Council Chair Jim Sterenberg. I will leave you with a few minutes, sir.
Lion Jim, you're on. Good.
Yes, Mr. Governor Keith, fellow Lions. It's been a challenge this year trying to get everyone up and active and either online or in person. Some are doing a combo of their meetings, and some of the projects that they wanted to have done in the past are being scrapped and new projects are being developed, but they're off and running and they're doing some fantastic things. The Mesa Fountain of the Sun is continuing with their flag project. They've donated money to the Mesa teachers for supplies. They're also involved in the Christmas Stockings program. Mesa Sunland Village Lions Club and the Mesa Thunderbirds are busy recycling aluminum cans and plastic bottles and are heading up the Christmas Stocking project for underprivileged children. The Gilbert Lions are working on the Christmas stockings, also very active with their Leo Club and preparing for holiday baskets. The Chandler clubs are all very active, ongoing projects such as the flag projects, working with the Leo clubs, Christmas baskets, Christmas stockings, planning their November 17th food drive for the food bank in Chandler. Sunbird Lions Club went out of their way, got a fabulous money donated, and they have donated 10 laptops to the Hartford Elementary School. Just outstanding. But they're all continuing to do eye exams and glasses for children now that school is back in session. Everything has changed a little bit, but they all are very active clubs, and I'm very proud to be their region chairman. Thank you, Lion Keith.
Lion Keith, Lion John Walker has a brief question. Lion John, you need to unmute yourself because you've got yourself self-muted and your hand is up. Lion John.
Please, PID. John, go ahead.
No, this is past District Governor Norm Messier. Somehow I seem to be connected under John's name for this meeting. So I apologize for how that happened, but I am here. I have been listening, and I am very happy to report on the East Region area, if I may, and it will be short. Things are going well. One of the good things that just happened the other day, we had somebody come to the house to do some work, and believe it or not, I was able to talk to him about Lions and have a possibility of a young member down in the Maricopa Lions Club. So I've talked to their president and very happy about that. That's a way that we can get members without in this pandemic situation. Most of the clubs are doing well. It has been difficult, but the activities are taking place. What I found the most about this is this East area region is huge. It's large. So I don't know, Governor Keith, if I can make all the visits I'm supposed to. I looked at one and it was like 3 3/4 hours one way. And I says, well, I'll have to talk to them on a Zoom call or something. But anyway, thank you so much for allowing me to be a region chair. I'm enjoying working with the clubs and really getting to know the setup and how the district works here in Arizona. It's much different than in Connecticut, but I am really enjoying everyone and everyone that's helping me get through this. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for what you do. By the way, I think that one that's 4 hours away is probably Morenci. Certainly do a Zoom. However, you should, before you make that decision, know that their meetings almost always consist of a lot of steak and a lot of beer. So it may be worth your drive. We have the next slide, please.
I should have got that one.
Okay. And Lion Muriel Stevens, is our zone chair in the South, agreed to, she was a zone chair last year and she agreed to take on several zones. She's a delight to work with. And Lion Muriel, I'm turning the floor over to you.
Oh, hello there, everybody. I have 500 members in 19 clubs in 3 zones. As you see, my zone chairs, Marge Legler, Wendy Green, and Jim Perkins. We have gotten together with a region meeting twice because we found that we had to do something different in getting our clubs, because of the pandemic, to still serve and still meet. And so we really did work hard in getting them online. Most of my clubs are meeting. Most of them are either meeting online or a hybrid situation, which makes it safe for everybody. My smaller communities, they feel safe in meeting in person. Our people are still serving, doing some of the same things that they've done. They're working more in the schools than I think we have in the past. I was so pleased that in my region, we have 28 schools participating in the Peace Poster Contest, and actually most of them are in my region. So I was pretty proud of them. Now, what I wasn't proud of is there were 9 not registered to vote. Now, 2 can't for various reasons, but 9 just didn't register. But those are the clubs that we're working with. Our zone chairs are trying to help them through this. And some of our service, we're still buying glasses. We're honoring nurses. We're honoring teachers. we're washing and sorting glasses just as before. That didn't slow down. We're doing more with the food banks because there's been a greater need than ever, and some of the local charities. We do have one club that's working with the diabetic, the type 1 diabetic children in the schools. We have 2 different schools that we work with, and we work through the nurses and take in treats to help them if they have a sugar bottoms out during the day, or if their classroom is having a party, they don't dare take part in that sugary treat. So they know that they can go to the nurse and get a treat. So I'm very proud of what my clubs are doing. I love this whole group in my South region. So if you need anything, just let me know.
Okay, thank you very much, Zone Chair Muriel. Our last one is our West region, which is another really large region. When our district was formed, we were part of 3 different districts, and so we are happy to have past District Governor Les here. He really is the expert on that part of our district. He came with those clubs and brought them with him. So PDG Les, the time is yours. We see you, but we don't hear you.
Now you're online, Les.
Can't hear you.
Les, we don't hear your voice. I can't tell why.
Are you muted on your end, Les? Well, why don't we go on to our next one, and if Brian, if it looks like it works, we can wrap back to Les again, if that's okay. I'm not sure why you're not.
He looks good from my end. I don't know what's something on his side, because he's showing me as being unmuted, so I'm not sure what it is.
Okay. Well, let's go to the next slide. We'll come back to Les before we're done here, if he's on here. I'm pleased to have 2 very good vice district governors, and they've got their own projects and priorities that they're working on in tandem with the rest of the district. And so first of all, we'd like to hear from Lion Richard. And Lion Richard, you are also, is your microphone working now?
Let me check him.
I know there were some problems with this earlier.
Okay, you're on now, Richard.
Well, as I asked before, I have a mute button on my phone that I keep muted unless I want to say something. And being muted and not being able to speak during some of these presentations with questions, I kind of don't like that. So let's try and not do that again. Well, thank you all for joining us today. Several things Keith and I discussed to go over. One of them is, I believe we have saved the Goodyear Club from extinction the end of the year. Arrangements he made with LCI was we need to have at least one person listed as a member, and I think I have found that. I sent letters to all 13 of the members that they had when they were disbanded, and I've heard back from 2 of them already. One of them apologized profusely. His age and health doesn't allow him, but another one has said that he really didn't want to leave, and he'd be willing to step in. And we discussed with Bobby, and she's going to help out with the LCI as the pseudo secretary to help them until we can find a additional person to be secretary, because the person will be listed as both president and secretary. So it looks like we'll be able to save that one. And we have several very interested folks wanting to join that were from other disbanded clubs in the area. So looks like by next spring they should be up and running, which is very, very good for our area here. We worked a lot. Our club in Buckeye worked a lot with them. They came and helped us. We came and helped them. They're a 75-year-old club, and we just we can't allow clubs like that to disappear. That loses heritage, that punishes the community, especially especially the children that in the schools that need the glasses, because now there really is nobody for those couple of 3 school districts there to help them out. So we're trying to work with the superintendents and the school nurses again to get everything set up. Now we push the National Association of School Nurses partnerships with our local school districts. We have 6 or 7 in our area, and a year ago we hosted over 70 school nurses from the western Maricopa County area, from Gila Bend to Tolleson up to Peoria and Tonopah, and we trained them in the use of the spot machine. And they got there because it was before the cutoff date. They're allowed under the state law to perform the vision screenings in the schools. We store our club spot machine at our school district's Family Resource Center, and once the school nurse has been signed off on by Jeanette at the Vision Center, they're allowed to go and check out our spot machine and take it to the school. That's something you all should consider, because if they have a child that needs vision screening, instead of calling and setting up and we'll be there a week from Tuesday, they can go over, pick it up, and do the screening the same day. And that's very, very important, because the students with the individual education programs, what we used to call special ed, they are required to have a vision and hearing screening as part of their intake. So by allowing the nurse to do that the very same day allows those children to get these special services that they need much more quicker, and that helps them improve their quality of life. So I strongly urge all of you to think about a partnership like that. I can't say enough like what was said about the LCIF. Our club for the last 3 years, I believe, has been 100% participant. You can't say enough about all the good things. Like, for instance, for each $100 that is raised, that gives 100 children measles vaccinations. And, they need all the help they can get, especially with what's going on now. Other than that, we're hanging in there. I thought of this just now. I'd like to invite all of you, if possible, the first Saturday in March. Come visit us. We're going to be hosting the 65th annual track meet, high school track meet. It's got a long title. I won't bore you with that. 2008, it was written up in Lions Magazine as one of the top 5 Lions-sponsored events in the United States. For our 60th, we affixed all the trophies with the Melvin Jones silver coin, And fortunately, the boys team and the girls team was won by the same school because we had the front on one and the back on the other. So they have them displayed in their trophy case down in Yuma. But we start about 9, hundreds of high school athletes, and give away 432 medals and 6 or 8 trophies, something like that. But it'll be something special. We're trying to figure out what to do, so we'd like to invite you all to come to that as well. And what am I forgetting, Keith?
I think you've covered it pretty well.
Okay, because I know we discussed yesterday, and I'm stuck here at work, so I was trying to remember. But in closing, I just want to thank all of you, especially Chris, for the visits when I was in the hospital those months, and all your prayers. It means more to me than you will ever know. And the emails that the others of you sent me, I'm very, 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 very grateful for that. And with that, I'll send it back to Keith unless somebody has some questions.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Lion Richard. We're grateful you're back at full strength. I'd like to turn the time over to our second Vice District Governor, Jim, if you've got a report you'd like to share with us.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay. Thank you, Governor Keith. I'm going to make this very short. It sounds like everything is going well, even with the pandemic. It sounds like the chairs are all doing a wonderful job. And I'm just watching, listening, and learning. And looking forward to meeting again in person. Thank you.
Well, thank you. That is literally the best speech of all. So do I have another slide still? Yeah.
I don't believe so, but do we want to, I'm sorry, Keith, do we want to see if Les was able to get back on?
Yes, that's why I was going to say thank you very much. Brian, does it look like he's able to communicate?
I'm looking for him right now. I got to find him again. I don't see him. He might have, hang on a second. He's back down here. Les, can you talk? Lion Les, you are unmuted. Try talking. Lion Les. I know he's definitely unmuted. I don't know why he's not able to talk. Lion Les. I'm hearing noises. Les, speak to us. Yeah, I'm not able to bring him up. Let me give him, hang on a second. Let's try that. Okay, Les, I put you back up so you can be a panelist. Your showing is unmuted. You should be able to speak and have your camera, Les, but I don't know why you're not coming through. We see you, but we don't hear you, Les. I can see you. Talk to me, Les, please. Nope. He's having troubles.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what end that is on. As Sheila said, we'll get region reports distributed in the next few days. We're coming close to our time, and I promised we wouldn't keep anybody late. If there's one or two quick questions, we can try to answer them, and then we'll depart here. Of course, most people ask questions and wait along, so that's fine too.
I have a question here. Well, wait a minute. Lion Joyce had her hand up, but it just went down. Lion Joyce, did you have a question? I unmuted you if you have a question. Lion Joyce,
No.
did you have a question?
No, I just hit the wrong button, sorry. But hi, everybody.
Hello.
That is Lion Joyce's question. Anybody else have a question? Please hit your hand raising button and you can be acknowledged. And nobody appears to be doing so. And I don't think Barb has any handwritten questions.
Okay,
No questions at this time.
okay, wonderful. Well, with that, we'll close down the questions then. Once again, thank you all for being here today, especially those of you who have participated. It's exciting to see how things are moving forward. I'm honored to be a part of this with each and every one of you. I'm not going to rattle on here, so I'm just if there's no objection, then we'll adjourn this meeting and we'll look forward to notes being sent out soon. Thank you all very much.
And
That's it,
I'm
Brian.
going to close the meeting and stop the tape. The tape will be available on our YouTube site in the near future.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.